I was in Novato today, and it took a while for that marine layer of the fog to kind of burn off.
Yeah.
But then I was driving, and it seemed like some parts didn't burn off at all.
That would be my part.
Yeah.
That would be your part.
That would be your part, too.
There were places today that it never went away.
Right.
It never went
There was an
away.
interesting setup today that was driving the marine layer on. I want to show you that and then talk about why it is not doing that tomorrow.
Oh, good.
Tomorrow's going to be different. There's going to be a lot more sunshine, and with beta breakers, we did talk about that off the top of the newscast. Look at this time lapse from today. Here's one of the places that had clouds overhead for a good part of today. In fact, we'll just watch that again one more time, because you're looking at the vantage point here from the top of Mount Diablo, up around 3,800 feet. And you're looking out, that's Walnut Creek right there. There's Highway 24 sneaking its way up to the Caldecott. And that ridge right there is probably only like 1,500 feet high. We're at 3,800 here. And that's Mount Tam in the distance, about 2,500 feet. So the clouds are streaming in here. They're getting pushed on shore. But at least you saw sun here. Even if it was fairly persistent there over the East Bay Hills, watch the replay in high-resolution satellite from today. Look at the North Bay. Look up here. Santa Rosa, Windsor. You guys, I mean, you did clear. You got some sunshine. But it took a long time, and it had a huge impact on daytime highs. You did not get out of the 60s all day today in our North Bay valleys. And if we just kind of change the perspective on that, you can see what was going on. The clouds were getting pulled up from the south and funneled right through the Petaluma Gap real persistently. Tomorrow, what's going to be different? There's going to be a weak little front that's going to move through the bay, and it's going to really do a number on the marine layer. It's going to break the whole thing up. We'll probably have some of it, but nowhere near what we've had for like the last week. A very different scenario. You'll get more sun, but it's going to have a big impact on the way the temperatures feel. So if you were in the mid to upper 60s in the North Bay today, here's Sunday. You're going to be near 80. So as much as 12, maybe some places 15 degrees warmer tomorrow for those North Bay valleys. And everybody will warm up tomorrow, but it's dramatic in the North Bay because you were so grayed for the majority of today. San Jose, you don't change a whole lot tomorrow. It's pretty much what you did today. Livermore at 76. Now watch Tuesday. So tomorrow starts a warming trend, which is going to peak on Tuesday. Let's just advance this to that. There's a lot more orange on here now, especially for the inland valleys. Now we are going back to the mid-80s by Tuesday. I don't think we really feel a whole lot of difference in the immediate bay at all through this whole transition. But inland valleys really will. Look at us on the high-resolution satellite today. So, all right, we were talking about the marine layer. That makes sense. What's going on over there? There were thunderstorms in the Sierra today. Let's use the radar to see that. There's lightning and thunderstorms in there. And if we look at the source for this, how do you do that? How do you get such a big complex of thunderstorms over the Sierra today? You wouldn't see anything on the regular satellite. When you switch it to the water vapor, you can see what happened. There's an area of low pressure sitting out here. It threw a batch of moisture right over California. Watch the explosion right there as you get into the afternoon. So an invisible source of fuel for those thunderstorms was the moisture that got pulled up, and then the afternoon sun was able to capitalize on that. But what's changing tomorrow is this line right here. You see how everything's coming down from the northwest? We've got a front that's about to come through. So that's going to take those thunderstorms and push them away. They won't be there in the Sierra tomorrow. But it's also going to take the marine layer that was so persistent today, and it's just going to plow and drive it all away. I think we'll have a little, but it will be noticeably different tomorrow for just about all of us. A few clouds in the immediate bay, but a lot more sunshine in those North Bay valleys. A lot more sun for beta breakers tomorrow than you typically have. We don't change the temperatures much for San Francisco and Oakland over the next 7 days. You don't really notice much difference there. But when we look at the microclimates, we do. North Bay Valley is the biggest, but San Jose, you get a little bit of a warm up. You'll be in the low 80s by Tuesday, only to cool all the way back down again by next weekend. So yes, there's a warm-up right here early in the week, and then we are giving it all back. By next weekend, you're going to cool right back down again into the low 70s if you're inland. Okay.